Hello friends! Today I'm going to show you how to make Mardi Gras Macarons. They're filled with a cinnamon cream cheese frosting, and the colors are perfect to celebrate Mardi Gras. If you like today's recipe, give it a like and also subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week. Let's start by making the Macaron Shells. Sift together almond flour and powdered sugar and set it aside. Now place a bowl over a pan with barely simmering water. To the bowl, add sugar and egg white powder if using. Egg white powder is optional. If you can't find it or if you don't want to use it, that's totally okay, just leave it out. Add egg whites and whisk over the double boiler until the sugar has melted. It should take only 1 to 2 minutes. You can test by touching the mixture between your fingers, and if you don't feel any sugar granules, you can remove it from the heat. Transfer the syrup to a mixer. Begin whisking on low with a whisk attachment and then raise the speed gradually to medium or to medium high. And then finish whipping the meringue until you achieve stiff peaks. The peaks should be shooting straight up, they should not be bending down to the side. Now I'm transferring the meringue to this bowl so I can show you the macaronage process a little bit better. Pour the sifted powdered sugar and almond flour into the stiff meringue. And start folding with a spatula. We're just going to fold the dry ingredients with the meringue until you see no more dry ingredients in the meringue. As soon as you see no more dry ingredients, stop stirring. And now we're going to divide the batter between 3 different bowls so we can color with 3 different colors. Work with one bowl at a time, leaving the other ones covered meanwhile. To the first batter, I'm going to add yellow food coloring. And now we're going to fold it until the perfect consistency is achieved. The batter should be flowing slowly and effortlessly off the spatula, and you should be able to pick up some batter with a spatula and draw several figure eights with the batter that's flowing off the spatula. Once the batter achieves the perfect consistency, transfer it to a piping bag that doesn't have an end cut. And I also like to secure the top with a tie so that the batter doesn't escape through the top while piping. And also to keep the batter from drying out while we're working with the remaining batter. Now for the second batter, we're going to do purple. Add some food coloring and then fold until you achieve the perfect consistency. Again, the batter should be flowing off the spatula slowly and effortlessly. Then transfer the purple batter to another piping bag and secure the top with a tie. Now finally, it's time to work with the final batter. We're going to do this one green. Add food coloring and fold until the perfect consistency is achieved. Transfer it to a piping bag. Now that we have all of our colors, we're going to snip the ends of the piping bags with scissors. And then we're going to place the 3 bags inside of a larger piping bag fitted with a round tip. I'm using a 1/4 inch piping tip. To pipe, position the piping bag over the center of each circle template and start applying gentle pressure to release the batter for 3 to 5 seconds. And then pull the bag up, twisting slightly at the top. Then bang the trays against the counter or against the palm of your hands to release any air bubbles. And also use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles on the surface of the shells. While we let these macarons rest, I'm also going to pipe some leftover batter that I had to have some solid color shells. And then we're going to do the same as we did before. Bang the trays against the counter and also use a toothpick to pop any bubbles from the surface. You should let the trays rest and the shells dry for 20 to 40 minutes. It depends on how humid the day is, on how much food coloring you've added to the batter, and on the consistency of the batter. You'll know the macarons are ready to be baked when you can gently touch the surface of a macaron and it doesn't stick to your finger. Bake one tray at a time. I bake my macarons at 325 Fahrenheit. Oven temperature will vary a lot, so you need to study your own oven and find out what's the best temperature for you. After about 5 minutes baking, I rotate my tray in the oven. Again, not everybody has to do this. I have to do this, otherwise my macarons will come out lopsided. This will also depend on your oven. Continue baking the macarons for another 10 to 15 minutes. To know when the macarons are done baking, you should try to move a macaron, and if it doesn't feel jiggly, you can remove it from the oven. Now we're going to remove this tray from the oven and we're going to bake the other tray. So here we have our macarons, we're going to let them cool down, and meanwhile we're going to make the cinnamon cream cheese frosting. We're going to beat the cream cheese and the butter together with a mixer for about 2 minutes until light and fluffy. Then we're going to add powdered sugar, mix on low to incorporate, and then raise the speed and cream on high or medium high for about 1 or 2 minutes. Here I notice that my frosting is really runny, so I'm going to add a little bit more powdered sugar to make it a little bit stiffer. Now we're going to add the cinnamon and also vanilla. Then mix to combine. Once the frosting is perfect, we're going to transfer it to a piping bag. Pipe a little bit of frosting on each bottom shell, and then top with another shell. For the solid color macarons, I drizzled some melted white chocolate on top of the shells. And then I put some sprinkles on top to make them festive. Don't forget to let the macarons mature overnight before serving. These macarons will store well in the fridge for about 5 days or in the freezer for 1 to 2 months. I hope you enjoyed today's video. For the full recipe, you can go to my blog, piesandtacos.com. I'm going to put a link down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!